I wanted to talk a little bit about depression. I know a lot of us experience seasonal depression, and so now that fall is about to shift into winter and it's colder and it gets dark earlier, we are more apt to experience depression. And every single one of us experiences depression on some level, whether it's situational, whether it's a common chronic experience. We all have different levels of how we have a relationship with this. So I just wanted to share that, in my experience, I go through funks myself, and I don't always know what triggers them, but I slide into a couple days of sadness or just down in the dumps, and I can't seem to get out of it. It's just something that I experience, and I know that this is common, that most people experience it, so I wanted to speak to that. So when I go through a funk, which I just got out of one, I have no energy. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to cook. I don't want to eat. I don't want to call a friend. I don't want to exercise. I don't feel like doing anything. And that is very much not like me, because I am a very productive bee. I like to do a lot of things. I have a lot of things to do. So when I get into these funks, then I start to feel bad about myself because I'm not being productive and I'm not doing anything on my list. I'm not using my time wisely. So then I tend to beat myself up a little bit. But what I've been doing recently, when I go through this shift, this transition, I realize I start talking to myself in a different tune. So now, when I go through a funk, when I experience depression, I just allow myself to be in that space. I'm not down on myself. I kind of come back into my body, into the feminine, and realize I need to nurture myself. I need to just be where I'm at. I need to just feel my feelings, maybe even write down my feelings. I need to just stay in the bath. I don't need to do anything but just be. And I notice when I do that, I actually get out of my funks easier because I surrendered to the experience. I didn't try to fight it. I didn't try to tell myself there's something wrong with me. I just allow the experience, because each one of us have all the emotions. We experience all of them. We all experience anger. We all experience absolute love. We all experience sadness. We all experience depression. We all experience anxiety. We all have all of the emotions. It's just some of us experience more of them than others on different scales. So for me, when I go through depression, I allow myself to be depressed. Even though I have a house, I have food, I have a fiance, I have kittens, even though I have a great career, I have all these great things, so I feel like I shouldn't be depressed. There's other people that are suffering more. But I also am having my own experience, and so I'm allowed to be depressed. That's the first thing that I think people need to hear when they are experiencing depression, is that you are okay to have your feelings. You are okay to just be in your room for the day. Don't need to force it. Now, if you're going through a depression that's lasting, say, more than a couple days, and it's becoming, longer than a week or 2-week period, or, more chronic, then maybe there's something a little bit that you need to address, that you might want to talk to somebody about. There might be some other, maybe hidden traumas that need to be, navigated. Again, there's different scales. But just in general, I just wanted people to know that you're okay if you're depressed. You're okay. There's lots of different emotions right now in the universe that are affecting us. And so, even if you don't know why you're depressed, you could be holding a lot of that space for the collective. You know, there doesn't have to necessarily be a reason. It's just the experience. And so honor where you're at, allow yourself to feel your feelings. Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Nourish yourself. This is the perfect time to just be in your body, to breathe, to be in the bath, to be by yourself, to write it out. Like, this is a time for recharge. You know, our bodies are always updating and upgrading, and, you know, people always talk about, you know, healing and ascension and how it's this great thing, and no. It's work. It's shedding. It's crying. It's lots of different painful experiences. It's not just this elevating, oh, you know, if you're doing a lot of healing work, or even if you're not, you know, you're still shedding stuff and upgrading and updating. And so sometimes what this looks like is depression. It's emotions coming up. And so, you know, you don't always have to know what they are. You just have to recognize them, hold space for them, be with them, and then, you know, it will resolve itself in time. And if it doesn't, then, you know, you might want to go seek some extra help from friends or counselors or whatever the depression is triggering. That there might be something deeper there. But I just wanted to speak to everybody in general that if you're feeling depressed, especially this season, it's normal, it's okay, there's nothing wrong with you. Ride the wave, feel it, feel where you're at, and then you know, if it doesn't surpass, then you know, seek more extra help. But yeah, so just feel your feelings.